Hello and welcome to Perspectives. Once again, a quick reminder, if you want to participate in the show, I'd be live on Twitter. We'd also be taking your live phone calls. My Twitter handle and the phone number will be on the screen. If you do call, my request, kindly keep your comments to the point, specific and short. Politicking is at its peak. Electioneering is at its peak. What we call jalsas or political congregations are seeing their peak and sudden surge as expected. But there is a bit of exaggeration in positions and in party strengths. What I found rather amusing was that Pope was doing his Palm Sunday service, and CNN said there were tens of thousands of people to listen to him. And political congregations in Pakistan easily use 10 million, 5 million. I find it rather odd. But what is the reality that needs to be seen? And the reality will come forward only when we see the results of the elections. In politics, exaggerations are common. Nothing wrong with that. But exaggerations at the cost of deluding the nation, maybe that's not very right. As a nation, we need to come straight to the point, contain our views, be educated, contain our opinions. Another issue I have with politicking in Pakistan is that it still seems to be addressing a segment of the society which is not necessarily the society of the future. I understand that the masses are of a certain background, of a certain style, and political congregations, political statements have to cater to that style. But it's also fair to assume, just like media says we're reflecting what's happening in the society. And I've always felt that media is not there to reflect what's happening in the society, but how the society should be. It's a tool for education. Likewise, politics can be what we are, but should also be what we're supposed to be. And that may be lacking in Pakistan's politics. For 5 years, people like myself, television, anchors, talk shows, maybe it was wishful thinking, maybe it was delusion, but we kept on saying this government will not complete its cycle. Well, lo and behold, they have completed the cycle. Democracy has taken its cycle. Democracy has played out its course. And today we stand where a democratically elected government has seen its full tenure, and we're going into an election. And God willing, inshallah, we will have a clean, clear transition into the next democracy. What have we gained? What have we lost from this democracy is what we'll talk about today. My guests on my right from Pakistan Muslim League Nawaz Group, we have Mr. Miftah Ismail. Miftah, thank you very much for being here. Miftah has been the head for Punjab Board of Investment in the last year. Thank you very much for taking the time out. On my left, I've got Mr. Faisal Qureshi, who represents Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf. Faisal, thank you very much for being here. And on telephone, we will have Ms. Yasmeen Rahman from Lahore, who is with Pakistan People's Party. Yasmeen Sahaba, can you hear me? Can Ms. Yasmeen hear me? Okay, we'll get her in a second. Yasmeen, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Great. Thank you very much for joining us. I have Mr. Miftah Ismail from PMLN and Mr. Firdaus Naqvi from PTI here with me. Yasmeen, I'd like to start with you because for 5 years we kept saying that the government will not see its cycle, but the government has seen its cycle. All assemblies have seen the cycle. Democracy has played its role. What would you like to say at the end of this tenure? The wishful thinking that democracy will go. How would you comment on that? And what do you think we have gained or lost in these 5 years?
Alhamdulillah, I think we have gained. Pakistan has gained. This system, or democratic system, this political system, it has been strengthened. And people of Pakistan really now see hope in this system. Because if we recall, before these 2002, There was always, I would say, that assembly's tenure were disrupted by sometimes with dictators, sometimes by other unseen forces, and people were really dejected. They were they didn't have any hope from this system, and they were really confused, I would say, that what will happen to Pakistan. Now, after completing 5 years, this government has really shown a pathway on which the Qaid-e-Azam's vision, according to Qaid-e-Azam's vision, that there should be a democratically elected government, parliament, and of course, this parliament, I would say, it has played really a historical role by restoring the constitution in its true spirit of 1973, by giving provinces the autonomy that was desired, by deleting that list, concurrent list, and by giving resources, allocating resources through NFC awards to the provinces. I think it has not lost anything except for terrorism. Of course, that's a big challenge that Pakistan is facing for a very long period of time. But now there is a hope, there is a system, and we have to strengthen the system. The system has to continue because this is the best interest of the people of Pakistan, and Pakistan can only be strengthened, can only achieve.
All right, let's take Mr. Naqvi's comments. Ms. Rahman has said that we gained these various things, but she also said we've lost nothing. How would you comment on that?
Well, if I start on this, it's going to be a long one. First and foremost, you got to look at it. That the only thing we achieved was that we kept the military at bay and they could not come and take power. Though there were enough situations which arise which could have given them a lot of reasons. But the political parties constantly gave a message that that would not be acceptable. The judiciary constantly gave a message to those forces that we will not sanctify if you try to take power again. Other than that, calling out, what did Balochistan award achieve, which they talked about? Is there peace in Balochistan? Not. They said when they started the action in Swat that in 2 years there will be peace all over Pakistan. Have the killings stopped? If you look at the Karachi situation where the partners were there, are there more killings happening today than that happened in 2007 and 2006? Do you know where the number has gone? From 64 to more than 1,600 people killed in a year.
But that's the price of war and terror, as Mr. Rahman said.
No, that's not. Karachi is not war. There is target killing. There is sectarian killing.
General law and order.
There is ethnic killing. There is law and order situation. Corruption, according to NAB itself, has gone, which is their own organization. Their self-appointed person, Admiral Buhari, has stated clearly that the amount is over 7,000 billion rupees. That's not my figure. It's coming out of their people. And they have challenged it. But why did he give those figures? Everyone says this has been the most corrupt government which Pakistan has known. This is what we gained for democracy. It was stated that democracy is the best revenge. I think so. It was the revenge was on the people of Pakistan. You have to see what is the situation of each individual in this country, whether it be a laborer, whether it be a farmer, whether it be an industrialist. Whoever it is today is suffering under the PPP rule. The industrialist doesn't have power. The agriculture doesn't have fertilizer. The labor doesn't have jobs. There is no power.
I'm going to have to interject. In a democracy, tolerance is not a favor. In dictatorship, of course, tolerance is a favor. But yes, kudos to the government.
Having said that,
but let me complete.
When it is not a favor, but still undue criticism. And sometimes the criticism
I respect
is
that.
most of the time undue.
I respect that completely.
When somebody is showing tolerance, we should appreciate that fact.
Oh, I know. I completely respect that. There has been tolerance. I respect that completely, and kudos for that. Mr. Umar Farooq Jamil on Twitter has asked you a question. If Mia Nawaz Sharif had the strength to reinstate the Chief Justice of Pakistan, what did he do about the drone attacks, rental power issue, NICL scam, etc.?
Okay.
Because the CJP reinstatement, everyone wants to take credit for it.
I think that
The whole society. All right.
I mean, no, I never said that the whole society was not involved, but of course, Mia Saab had a leading role. But let's not go back. Let's go forward.
Okay.
Look, what we know about rental power today in Pakistan, it's thanks to us and also to PTI and other opposition parties, and we've actually raised it in every forum. Okay. That look, this rental power, 3 rental powers that they came up with, I think one of them
NICL and drone attacks.
I mean, where has Muslim League ever lacked in pointing out corruption, pointing out mismanagement, pointing out nepotism in the government? At every instance we've actually mentioned that. Every instance we've.
Mr. Khan, I'm going to have to, my apologies, I'm going to interject. Pointing out is my job. Doing something about it is your job.
No, but I mean, if you are in the government, sorry, if you are in parliament and you have a minority in parliament, and you cannot overturn, laws, what can you possibly do? I mean, besides the fact that you can raise this in a public forum and you can say that, look, this is corruption going on. You can go. I mean, our PM and leaders have gone. Let me just finish this. The PMLN leaders have gone to the Supreme Court against Khaja Asif has gone against rental power in the Supreme Court.
Okay.
I mean, we've used the courts, we've used parliament, we've used media, we've used every forum. What else do you want us to do?
I'll repeat the question. I don't want you to do anything, to be honest. But Mr. Omar Jamil says, if Mia Nawaz Sharif had the strength to reinstate the CJP, then why did they not use that strength if there was a problem?
We've used, I've worked in Punjab government for the last 1 year, and I remember that Mia Nawaz Sharif would actually sit in a tent, okay? And when there was load shedding, there was not even a single fan in Lahore's heat every morning from 7 o'clock in the morning to the evening. And he was with the people of Pakistan in the protest against load shedding. I mean, what else can we do?
Okay. There are a couple of things they could have done. First of all, they said, how did they restore the Chief Justice? Street power. Did they ever use that street power again for any purpose? Either they did not think it important enough. As far as the power itself is concerned, under the 18th Amendment, even before that, they could have set up power plants themselves. There was nothing to stop them from doing it.
But with very humble request, with very humble submission, you didn't do it either.
We were not in power.
No. If it comes to street power, then you claim to have the biggest street power in the history of Pakistan.
Oh, look, we did. We did on a couple of issues. You see, our main agenda throughout has been what? We were the only parties which started dharnas against the drone attacks. What is that? That's a form of street protest. We are the only party which went on the peace march, again, for peace in northern area. We stood by our people. The sovereignty of Pakistan was raped by the United States by the drone attacks. They did not. They kept silent. They're a party to that. Because not one single jalsa or a street protest was organized by them. Then, the rental power case, we were the first people to go and we have protested outside the parliament on that issue. We are the party which has had the maximum number of public gatherings in which we have exposed each and every corruption case.
Again, my apologies, the same comment I gave to Mr. Mifta, I'll give to you.
They have not even gone.
Exposing cases is my job.
No, we also demanded removal of governments.
That's my job too.
No, we also went to the courts. We also went outside.
Fine, that's
your job.
Everywhere.
We went everywhere, but there is a difference. They did not raise the issue enough in the parliament. Oh, come on. They did not raise it enough. The accountability bill, why was it not passed? Why did they not try to get it done? Chaudhry Nisar is accused of delaying the accountability bill. The draft has been there. The counter draft was never submitted. What have they done about corruption issues? How many legislations have they moved to stop this? Why did they not prove it by example at transparency by their own governance system in Punjab? Look at what a huge project they've done. They got a certificate for Transparency International. But for a person like me who is in engineering, who has been in, was this a public tender? Was it published in international newspapers? Were the people pre-qualified? Why was there only a single company? Did they take international bids? What was the criteria? Who prepared the bid document? And all those kinds of things are there. How can you have good governance with one person holding on to 17 ministries at one time?
Let me respond to that. Let me respond.
Look at the style of governance of the Chief Minister of Punjab, that he would throw the book at senior officers. Is that how you treat your top bureaucracy? Is it how you treat your top civil servants? He acted like he
Okay.
was the ruler
I
of
need-
Punjab,
I need-
the king of Punjab.
I need to interject.
And just look at, for the first time in the history of Pakistan, Punjab had a lower agriculture growth rate than the whole of the nation. And this is not coming from me. This is coming from the Beacon House Public Administration, signed by Sartaj Aziz, not my book, not my document.
Much of what he said is not true. I'd like to respond.
Hold your thought. Hold your thought. Mr. Rahman, would you like to make any comments before we go for break? I need to
Yes.
let you go,
I
please.
would like to comment on this corruption. This is just sloganeering. You know, corruption, I know that there is corruption in the country. I don't say that there isn't. It's a corruption-free country. But just by labeling the government, present government, because of the, I would say the media has so much independence, that they are bringing out each and everything, whether it's corruption or any other issue. That's why all these people are saying it's corruption, corruption, corruption. Public Accounts Committee, for the very first time, the chairman was the leader of the opposition. The most powerful committee. I have also humbly contributed to that committee. I was a member of that committee. That has every mandate to take any issue, whether pro moto, whether audit reports, whether any corruption going on. And I mean, across the party, we worked with him, and we recovered about 150 billion rupees from different departments. The system itself is so corrupt, but just labeling few government ministers and prime ministers, this is not right. This is not right. This is just by sloganeering, I would say. And by labeling this Transparency International said this and this, I totally disagree with those figures because they are not correct. The corruption is there, but or not only with politicians, because the media and other people speak only against politicians. Why not the system? The system itself, the bureaucracy who are bearing the signing authority. The signing authority is the government, not the politicians, not the ministers. They cannot sign on any file.
Okay, Mr. Mann.
I think 68% of the Transparency International said that 68% of total corruption is by the Punjab government. Then what is the answer to that?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Mann. Mr. Mann, thank you very much.
Roti scheme, they could have done. They could have.
Mr. Mann, thank you very much for joining us. I'm going to take a very short break. For some reason, all the guns are pointed at PMLN. I've got 3 tweets as well, which I need to ask you. We'll take a short break when we come back. But I'd like to make just one quick comment. That yes, all the accusations are going towards PMLN, that they've been a weak opposition. They have not been transparent, as my friend Mr. Naqvi is saying. And Mr. Rahman is also saying that they've had corruption. But when all said and done, even raising questions about their form of government in Punjab, great work has been done there. I will have to admit that. So we need to look at, was the form of government wrong, or are these accusations wrong, or maybe something is right. Let's take a short break. Staying with us, you're watching Perspectives. Mr. I've got a couple of questions. Mr. Tabish Hussain has said why PMLN had alliance with suspended religious parties. And Ms. Sara Badut Khan has asked what is PMLN's stance against Lashkar-e-Jhangi. So these 2 questions and also all the accusations which have come from both.
Let me start with Mr. Naqvi's accusation. When PMLN came to power in 2008, Punjab was rated as the most corrupt province in Pakistan by Transparency International. Today it is labeled as the least corrupt province in Pakistan. Transparency International also went through an audit of the metro system, and they have actually said that it is transparent and completely correctly done. Every tender, in spite of what he said, actually everything was awarded through an international tender. I know personally that in one of the tenders there was some technical fault, and then we had to delay it and we had to redo the tender again for the people who were.
Can you please state the newspapers that came in? The dates it came on?
I don't remember the dates right now. Let me finish. Let me finish, and then let me finish. The thing is, if you're going to have a debate, let me talk out. Let me also talk. I heard you. Let me answer that.
Let's take his comment.
This just shows how PML centric their policy is, that in spite of all the corruption in People's Party, they just come after us. And our successes, I mean, the fact is that 146,000 people traveled on Metro bus yesterday, and they are now arguing against this. This is a bus project.
No,
that
we are
costs,
not arguing against
this is
the
a bus
project.
Yes, you have. This
No,
is a bus
I'm
project. Let me
talking about
finish.
the process.
This is a bus project
Please.
that costs less than 30 billion rupees,
talking
and you
about the
guys were saying it
process.
costs
We are
70
not
billion
against
rupees.
the
The
project.
process was followed to the T.
We are
Okay,
not
we crossed
against
the
the
T and we
project.
done it.
Whatever benefits the
No,
people
okay, I'm going
receive
to,
in the
done it
process.
very
allow me to interject here. Ms. Naqvi, if you remember after the motorway, when Mr. Nawaz Sharif's government fell for the short interim period, there was great debate on the corruption of the motorway, and a lot of motorway contracts were actually cancelled. And we paid more damage in cancelling than we would have cost to pay Daewoo to make those motorways. But the fact is the motorway does exist and we do use it. So yes, I'm not saying that there's not been any corruption. I'm in no position
No,
to say
I'm saying that. There has been no corruption.
I'm in
and
no
not
position-
just me.
I'm in no position to say that.
Transparency International is saying
Let
this.
me try to tell you something.
Transparency
But
International
I
is
need
saying
to
that.
I need to hear him complete his answer.
Let me answer.
Because
Because he
you
made
see-
an accusation, let me answer that. See, the thing
Faisal,
is,
you stopped me
Short
last
comment.
time. You stopped me
Okay.
last time, and then you went to a different question.
Okay, I'm
You
trying
didn't
to
let
keep
me-
it. Okay,
you
no,
didn't
you
let
made
me-
accusation,
you
let me
didn't
answer
you
that.
didn't-
Let
you
me
didn't
answer the
I don't have
accusation
a
you made.
problem in giving him the chance to answer
Okay.
it.
So let me
That's
answer
not
that.
an issue.
Let me
But
answer.
then you have to not go to a different question. You
I
have to
will
come
not.
back to me.
Okay, I will not include any new question. I will let them
let me
please
answer.
go.
More than okay. So the thing is that, I mean, it's not me saying that there has been no corruption. Transparency International says it, and they're not obviously part of the PMLN, right? So yes, I mean, I say this, and I don't remember the dates in newspapers, but everything was tendered, everything was through international.
And if required, you could present.
Of course, okay. And we have this something called PEPRA rules, and we follow all these rules. And like I said, that one of the tenders was delayed because of some technical issues, and that sort of delayed the project a little bit. But we actually go through meticulously following the rules, and we especially do this because we want to also contrast our performance with the People's Party government, and we want to show that you can have democracy and transparency, you can have democracy and merit, and you can have democracy and competence. And the difference between us and People's Party is the competence and sincerity that we've had in the last 5 years. And now we have this valuable experience. We have areas of success like the Metro bus, like Danish schools and others, which they don't have, and then they're criticizing us. Initially, they were talking about the fact that this Metro bus cost 70 billion rupees. Actually, it cost less than 30 billion rupees. And we've done this, and you can compare this to any
So why did
international
you put
project.
the 70?
I don't know why they were saying this. I do not know.
Can I
And let me just
request you to come back with these facts?
Yes, of course.
In a day or so?
Yes,
Please.
of course. And let me just say about the motorway. The motorway cost about 21 billion rupees when it was built. Recently, the government of Pakistan had it valued because they wanted to pledge some assets, and the value was more than 200 billion rupees. So what Mian Nawaz Sharif did in the 1990s and spent 20 billion rupees, it cost 200 billion rupees now. And in 5 years or 10 years from now, you will see how much a new metro bus would cost.
Okay, with permission, can I take two quick questions from Twitter? And then,
Of course. Whichever way, I think so the better would be the Twitter questions you have. Let me respond to what he has stated and what I was trying to say.
so do that first?
Yes.
With your permission.
Thank
Quick.
you.
Why did you have an alliance with suspended religious parties and your stance on Lashkar-e-Jhangvi?
We do not have an alliance with suspended religious parties, and if Lashkar-e-Jhangvi is a terrorist organization, we completely condemn it. It's as simple as that. We have no alliance with them. In fact, Sheikh Waqas, actually, who joined us, is a gentleman who actually runs against the head of this organization, and he's actually under severe threat from that organization, and he carries, I think, 10, 20 guards with him and all that. So we have absolutely no alliance with them. It's just a fabricated charge.
Mr.
So I'll leave
Waqas
it open
joined
to you.
PMLN 2 days back,
Yes, you did.
right? And how about Mr. Rana Sanaullah with his pictures that are all around? And what about, you have the web connection here. Go to the site of Lashkar-e-Taiba, and you will find out that they will very clearly say that they are supported by PMLN or they are supporting PML candidates in the following constituencies, which does include many people.
But their claim cannot be
And
attributed to them.
PML leaders, when Ishaq was released, who was he escorted by? Who was the first telephone call he made to? Why was he released from the jail? All these issues, that association, let the people themselves decide. Ask any person. I belong to the Shia community, and there are many people from my community. Ask each one of them. Let one of them come and say that they believe that PMLN is not associated with Lashkar-e-Jhangvi in any form, right? And I'll leave it to them, because the more they lie, the better for me, because more the Shia community will feel that they are not honest people, and they will do the same next time around.
But I must
let me-
interject, because you've left a statement in the air. I would like accusation does not prove. Do we have evidence that?
There are pictures.
Okay.
I mean, so there was more. There are videos available.
So I would like a response to that later on.
Yeah,
but not
I'm not saying
not a
just
general
accusation.
accusation.
It's not general accusation.
Please go on.
If you want pictures, I will trace it historically and not with one leader. You can have it by tomorrow evening on your email if you want that. As far as the tender is concerned, you are connected to the internet. Please put in tender for the Metro Bus Project, Punjab government. Let's see what comes up. I challenge you. It's such a huge project. It should show up immediately. If he's right, I'm openly challenging.
Okay.
Do it.
I will. Go
And
on.
let's see how many newspapers did they advertise.
While I do that, you can proceed.
Because
directly
it was on the more maximum you'll find it may have been on the Punjab government site, no newspaper. And let the people of Pakistan, it was such a huge tender. How many firms participated in that tender? Where did you get the bids from? Tell me. If it was such a big project, you should name at least. But remember the name of 4 top companies of the world which participated. No, please let me complete. Let me. If it was an international tender, were there 4? Please name 4 organizations of international repute which participated in this tender. You should remember it. You were in head of investment over there. Please do give the 4 names.
So let me just, okay, this is very easy to answer actually. I mean, just as the Lakshya Jangvi thing was easy to answer. We've actually advertised this, you can actually see this, it's very easy.
Well, that wasn't completely easy because there is an accusation with pictures.
No.
You will have to respond to that at some point.
I mean, okay, the thing is, okay, let's do the Metro bus first and then this thing.
But all I'm saying is just by accusing you means nothing. Likewise, saying no doesn't mean anything.
No, I mean, look, if somebody is mollycoddling these Taliban for the last 5 years, it's Imran Khan and the PTI, not us. But anyway, let's not go there. Okay.
We'll get an answer.
This is a gentleman, sorry, I'm not you, but Imran Khan who went and who couldn't even say Malala. After Taliban claimed attacking Malala, he couldn't say this. He said, no, I don't want to expose my people. I mean, come on. Okay. You know, so I mean, so let's not even go there. But I mean, coming back to Metro Bus. The fact of the matter is that these were advertised. First he said they were not advertised, now he's saying that, no, maybe it was on the website. It's actually in the newspapers. I do not remember the name of the newspapers right now, or the dates, but I can come up with that. That's not an issue. And the thing is that don't take my word for it. Don't take his word for it. There is a third-party audit that is Transparency International, and they have certified that this was a completely transparent project. And again, let me just say, if we did something wrong, why did you not go to court? Why did you not stop it?
Okay, I have to say this. I'm sorry. Mr. Omar Farooq Jameel has given the link for ltc.org.pk/tenders.php, where there is a list of all the tenders and the whole life cycle of this project dating back to 20th April 2010.
Let's see the tender document.
Okay, that I will, as we go on, I'll do it. Please go on. But now he's accused you of having
relations with the Taliban.
No, I didn't say relations with the Taliban, I said mollycoddling.
Mollycoddling. Okay. First and foremost, we are the only party which has come up with a solution and which has had a constant stand. We said that internal disputes and this kind of warfare where you start bombing your own people is not correct. The only way out of this war in terror is to remove the jihad element from this. And that jihad element will remain as long as the American involvement remains there. Because since the Russian involvement in Afghanistan, the people of Afghanistan as well as that of Fatah has always treated any foreigner as an insider. And that has to be removed from the equation if you want to bring peace and order in the region. They said we cannot have a dialogue. And what happened last 2 months? Every single party has gone back and stated we want to have a dialogue with the Taliban. Why have you changed your stance? Even United States of America, they are forced to have a dialogue with Taliban for their exit strategy. If you want to, what is the first priority for Pakistan today? Before any investment can come into this country, we need to have peace in this country. If we don't have peace, law and order, nothing will happen. There will be no progress. I can assure you that. Because whatever your economic policies may be, why would a foreigner invest in this country when your local investment is going to Bangladesh?
There's no discussion there. There's no discussion there.
There's
no discussion there. But the fact that you said that we have to negotiate, I fully agree with that as well. Negotiation is the best way of getting out. But while massive atrocities are happening on our grounds by these people, and you've talked about the Shia killings, they accusedly may have links to people who are doing that. Accusedly, I'm not at all making that statement. Very specific, I'm using that word. but the people that they're accused of being associated with are the ones you want to negotiate with. So it's a bit.
No, they're two different. Look, you have to differentiate between various types of terrorism.
No.
Which
No.
no.
There is only one type of terrorist.
No, let me explain.
There is one type.
No, please don't, because that's a very serious issue. It has to be paid serious attention.
Please, go ahead.
There is ethnic terrorism happening in Pakistan. Ethnic terrorism.
Being done by the same terrorist.
No.
Okay.
No. There is Mahajir versus Pathan killing going on. There is Elfi being poured into the eyes and ears of people, and it's not necessary that you can accuse Taliban of it. There is a Balochistan Liberation Army terrorism happening where Punjabis are being killed and they're trying to throw them out. That has got no linkage with the other terrorism which is happening in Pakistan. There is sectarian terrorism happening where Lashkar-e-Taiba, Lashkar-e-Jangvi and these forces are aligned towards killing one particular sect. And there is this fourth terrorism which is coming about where people are trying to fight a war, and there is fifth, which is a criminal element taking advantage of all this, all this situation and trying to prosper and carry on their criminal activities. And there is a sixth one, which is Jihad-e-Kashmir going on, where also
that's a terrorist.
No, I'm saying there is a sixth activity which is going on, which is being termed as terrorism. I am not terming it as terrorism. There is a sixth, because there are some people who are even terming that activity as terrorism. So please,
but all the other five, they all end up, if they don't end up in the same route of terrorist or terrorism, then you've just now accused pretty much every political party of the country as being a terrorist organization.
Why not I?
You just did.
No. The Chief Justice of Pakistan having his hearing here in Karachi.
Statement. It's not.
He has stated. Can I just interject? He has stated. Very simple. In there is at least he is accused of all the major players in sin having armed people indulging in activities which cannot be called legal.
Okay, let me just say this. Again, he's trying to make distinction between this terrorist and that terrorist, and it's very easy and simple just to say that killing innocent people is wrong. I mean, simple as that. Okay, when drone strikes kill innocent people in Quetta, this is wrong. When suicide bombers kill, whether it's Shias or whether Barelvis or whether Deobandis or whether Muslims or whatever,
a human being,
it's all wrong. I mean, simple as that. Why are we trying to,
because the solution is different.
No, the thing is that, I mean, the initial point, the starting point has to be that we have to condemn.
Then took them in their fold. That is even better.
No,
that's the beauty of
it. Are they corrupt or not?
But
let me ask you, are they corrupt or not?
Were they corrupt or not?
Are they corrupt or not?
I think so. They were. From my point of view, no. When they
then what's the problem? Then what is your problem? Then what is your problem with that?
But why did you accuse people who are corrupt? No, you must have known that.
No, but Mr.
No,
but
hold on.
But Mr.
If you know somebody is corrupt, only then you accuse, or either you say, first I accused them wrongly, now I apologize for the statement and I'm taking them back. My initial accusation on these people was wrong. Since they decided to join my party, I looked at them and then I saw they were not.
Sure, but then that has been the case with you as well.
We were very clear. We were very clear from day one.
A lot of people you've taken on. A lot of people you've taken on are the ones you've accused, not individually, but we
are very clear.
You know what I'm talking about.
Faisal, we were very clear.
We are very clear.
It's very clear. When you join PTI, you lose corruption. All of a sudden, when you leave PTI, you become corrupt.
No, the dry cleaning factory maybe.
No, but we don't have this righteous energy.
We
do not have this righteous
energy.
Hang on. At least he's conceding to the fact that they're not pretending to be righteous.
No, but
I'm trying to be
look, what we are saying is, we were very clear. Anyone can join our movement for justice, for Tehreek-e-Insaf. We are not stopping. We said we will not give tickets to corrupt people. That was the promise. As far as them joining in, and see, when they saw that the tickets were not going to be given to them, a lot of them left.
That's that's a double-edged sword. You took advantage of them.
No, we didn't. We didn't force them. They voluntarily joined. So how can we take advantage?
Out of time, but the seed has been sown for the next show because those tenders, they just pictures of tenders. Thank you, Umar, for giving that link.
Thank you, Umar, also.
No, but where were they published? It doesn't say. So you need to come up with.
But obviously, if there are pictures that
Not at all.
Huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. I can
Not
create
at all.
pictures. I can create ads and never publish them.
No, but
So
It's
you got
very
public,
possible.
international publications as well as local publications.
Okay,
Suppose you were not.
I need to
no,
conclude.
no, but that's it. And you did not give me the four names.
Let's just make this interesting. If I show you a newspaper,
if I show you a newspaper,
what would you say? If I show you a newspaper, what would you say?
I'll apologize. Okay.
Fine. And quickly, can PMLN provide statistical data that Metrobus was needed on the current route and it affects maximum life?
Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Let me answer that.
I have no issue.
But irrelevant. Irrelevant.
I have no
This is a project that
My question is,
the World Bank Asian Development all done
four
studies on
prominent
but
companies
irrelevant.
which you evaluated.
146,000 people traveled on this bus yesterday. I mean, that's
no one is questioning. Even he's not
I'm
questioning.
not questioning. I
That's
think give me the
development
name
work.
of four companies which qualified on your
As long as there was
pre-tender.
transparency. Thank you very much, both of you. Thank you for everyone on Twitter for joining us. One comment which I must read quickly. Mahim Meher said that what a relief to watch a non-hysterical talk show. Trust me, I tried very hard. But thank you for not. For the most part. We'll keep doing these shows until the elections are here to bring more and more information to you. Your comments, feedback, opinions are most important. Please keep participating. Thank you very much.